Welcome to your Beaufort County News Headlines. I'm Matt Golden, and here are today's top stories. With Hilton Head Island's busy season approaching, Stewart Yarborough is worried. The steady stream of visitors who normally make the day trip to Daufuskie Island has tapered, and two of his three white transport vans sit empty and unused in a driveway. "I don't think my company will make it this year," said Yarborough, the owner of Daufuskie Island Transport. The company brings tourists and their luggage around the remote island, which is only accessible by boat and where golf carts are the main mode of transportation. Yarborough founded the company, which also provides excursions such as shark tooth hunting, in 2010, but his family has worked on the island for over a century. They first came to Daufuskie in 1921 as fishermen and keepers of the local lighthouse. For the first time, 103 years later, the family is having dinner table discussions about potentially having to move off the island. Yarborough is one of 557 people who live on the island, many of whom rely on tourism to keep their small businesses afloat. Next year, Beaufort County students might not be allowed to have their cell phones while being taught, with the potential for a complete ban based on the state budget. In a step toward anti-cell phone school policies that a growing number of states and counties are implementing nationwide, Superintendent Frank Rodriguez is set to present options at the school board meeting on May 21st for a district regulation prohibiting cell phones during instruction time, meaning devices would still be allowed in the hallways or between classes. "I don't think it's a question of if Beaufort County School District will eventually be phone-free," board member Ingrid Boatwright said. "I think it's a question of when." The school board didn't say whether or if they would vote on the regulation, only that they would continue discussion with the school year ending on June 5th. The state may force the transition if Beaufort County doesn't act before. If you want a South Carolina real ID for U.S. domestic travel, you officially have less than a year to get it. The new federal identification requirements begin May 7, 2025 in South Carolina. Residents will need the identification card after that date if they want to fly in the U.S., visit some secure federal buildings, or military institutions. The U.S. Congress passed the Real ID Act of 2005 in response to the 9/11 Commission's recommendation to standardize government-issued identifications such as driver's license. The deadline for when the card was to take effect has been delayed several times over the years, most recently because of the COVID-19 pandemic and from DMV backlogs caused by those delays. The upcoming fiscal year will be a time of action for the town of Hilton Head Island. Roadway improvements, park projects, new pathways, and beach renourishment account for an ambitious capital improvement program proposed as part of the town's 2025 budget. Capital improvement projects account for $74.3 million, or about 45% of the $166.9 million budget, which is scheduled to be adopted July 1st. That's a $19 million increase over the prior year's capital improvement program. While a large chunk of that funding will be dedicated to the town's beach renourishment program, town staff outlined a diverse range of projects, including park renovations, pickleball court constructions, updated pathways, and facilities for beach-accessible wheelchairs. If you're interested in learning more about any of our stories, please visit the sources on the screen. Thanks for tuning in to Beaufort County News Headlines. Have a great day, Beaufort County.